Hello, beautiful Leo friends. Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have all the Leos here in the house with me. We are here to do your February 2020 general tarot reading. As always, guys, with these general readings, not everything I say will resonate with all the Leos out there. Pieces and parts of it very likely will. I hope lots and lots of it does. But ultimately, it is up to you, Leos, to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. And only to take away the messages that you ultimately feel are intended for you, that serve you in some capacity. If it fits your story or resonates in some way, take it and run with it. That means it was your message. If it feels foreign or strange, you don't need to take on that energy. It's probably someone else I am connecting with. But that being said, give these messages time. Don't put pressure on yourself. I just spat. I hope you didn't see that. Don't put pressure on yourself to make everything fit in your story here right this very moment. Give it time to marinate in your head. Give it time to resonate hours, days, even a few weeks. Sometimes something will hit you later down the line, and then that means it was your message. What else do you need to know? As always, everything's written in the description box below for you, and that is going to include the decks I am using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram, as well as .com. Check out my website. I am theintuitiveteacup.com as of lately. If you want to learn more about me, about tarot, check that out if you're interested. We are going to get started for my Leo squad, roughly February 2020. Roughly February 2020 for Leos. Messages for their best and highest good. One more deck to shuffle and then we're there. I'm doing lots of decks this time just to mix it up, get some variety in there. All right, so for my Leos, thank you as always for your like, share, subscribe, supporting this channel, leaving comments. That helps these videos gain traction and get out there for those who need to hear them. Bottom of your deck is house. So some of you are doing home repairs. You may be moving back in with a relative if you're going through some sort of transition in your life. Yeah, but something about the home is going to be important. Also, any cancers in your life, because they do rule the fourth house, which is all about home and family. All right, so let's take a peek. Roughly in the month of February. Okay, interesting. You have a couple of reversals. So you had King of Pentacles in reverse, Four of Swords. So money may be stopped up. Money may be a little bit delayed. And then you have Two of Swords, which did sort of come out in reverse. So if money isn't flowing, or if you don't feel like you're building upon your life, maybe upon your home, possibly Pentacles, the house, the home, the job, the money, the body. If something is delayed, it has to do with you being indecisive, but you're also getting too caught up in your head about it. You have double sword energy. And when this is in the upright, even so, it can be a card of being defensive to making a decision, blocking someone off, being guarded to having a conversation, avoidance as well. In the reverse, it's almost that, but even more intensified. So some decision that you've been delaying, it feels like you haven't been able to come to a peaceful solution to the matter. And it may involve an earth sign, particularly a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. I'm going to throw another one on it. For a lot of you, it feels like trying to figure out how to get money flow back, or how to relieve your bank account or relieve your debt, something like that. Student loans, or it could just be that you're anticipating that you're going to have to pay a large sum of money. I mean, I don't know. Tax season, I suppose, is not too far away. It could be something like that. But you're not ready to move forward on any decision. I just keep getting you're sinking deeper into your thoughts, which doesn't seem to be helping you too much. Yeah, as I say that, sinking deeper into your thoughts, like you're being suffocated. Like in metaphor, of course, like you're being drowned. You can't breathe because it just kind of feels like it's one bill after another. It's one charge on your credit card after another. But it's like, again, the sinking feeling. It's like, well, how do we get out of here? You may have tapped all the wells in terms of people you can ask for help or ask for support. Particularly a father figure you may have gone to several times, and now it's kind of like, I'm just sort of getting you're cut off, kid. I'm hearing that. And you're cut off, kid. I should put like a little spin on it. You're cut off, kid. That's it. No, I'm just kidding. But there's something about this where you're supposed to save yourself. And I don't say that in a condescending way, or I know that sounds kind of harsh, but it's almost like there isn't a lead weight attached to you here in this metaphor of being underwater. So if you were just kind of like, try to make your way to the top, you would find oxygen. You would find breath. You would find relief. and peace in some capacity. This is also saying, while this card is acknowledging, yes, times are difficult for you right now, there may be someone in your life who's being quite stubborn that you feel you can no longer communicate with, or who won't communicate back with you. Could be an earth sign or an air sign, though it doesn't have to be. This is also saying there's other cups around you that you can enjoy. There's other, and it's not necessarily, it is not specifically dating in terms of romantic partnership like two. With the Three of Cups, it's going out and celebrating with groups of people. It's happy hour. It's, grabbing coffee and drinks and this and that. And it's like lighthearted energy, but you're drowning in your thoughts is what I'm getting. And so you're missing out on avenues of fun that, even if it's not helping to relieve the debt or whatever this stands for, the house repairs that keep stacking up or whatever, it's actually going to do good things for your soul just to hang out with your soul tribe, the people you love. So even if you can't spend the $2 on coffee, or let's be real, the $6 at Starbucks, right? It's not necessarily about going out to do stuff and living lavishly, but hanging out with people who make your soul feel good. That's going to be very helpful to you during the month of February. And then Wheel of Fortune. So there will be progress made on money. And it's fortuitous, right? It's good. It progresses us forward. So yeah, if money is blocked or stopped up, it may actually, this sounds so ridiculous, but it may actually have to do with your mental state. If you're not in a place to receive where you do feel at peace and peace of mind, at ease, it's almost like your bank account is very much tied to your state of mind. So yeah, have like a boss man, boss lady, empire state of mind, right? Like money will flow. And that's what cups can indicate too. Sometimes we think of money being a currency, the idea of money flow. Cups can indicate that there will be, if you're looking for a job or something that is going to relieve your, I do keep wanting to say difficulties with money. It may have to do with a group dynamic in your friends group. There may be some sort of opportunity that when you hang out with them, you hear about it and it sets you down like a new path. It changes your destiny. The wheel progresses you forward, potentially in some direction that you weren't anticipating. So that's a really cool message. And yeah, whatever that is, hanging out with your soul tribe, it's going to help make the decision easier. Your intuition will guide you. Here it's like you don't know right from left. You know a decision has to be made, but it's like you're not gaining clarity on it. I'm getting restless nights, sleepless nights. Something about this, it's a nice energy, going out and just having fun with your friends, doing a girls' night, chilling, watching a movie, playing Scrabble, whatever it is you do, Leo. That there's something about that where it's destiny, something about a meeting of the minds. You may meet a friend of a friend that you don't anticipate, and that sets off your trajectory in a completely new direction. And whatever you're struggling with, that decision you're struggling to make, you ease right into it. Yeah, and you're able to mentally move on. Wow, this is great. You're able to mentally move on from what you couldn't before. As I said, it's like sinking deeper and deeper into your thoughts and anxieties, deflecting the main issue at hand because you're not ready to deal with it, or you simply don't understand too. For some of you, it's like this is nagging at you. How do we get this king of money, this king of the home, the father figure? Maybe your father is dealing with health issues. It's like, how do we get him back upright? Something will click and you're able to move on with this mental clarity, lessons, ideas, epiphanies, thoughts, ideas that it literally motion, right? In a ship, you can move on and it's rocky waters, right? You're not going to be in the clear immediately, but these are both cards of forward progression, of progress, and eventually your King of Pentacles gets upright. That's really cool with the Queen of Wands, and I think that's supposed to be you, Leo. Whether you're male or female, that nice fiery suit. You might be helping someone else back on their feet. If it's not you who's struggling financially, you may be at a place where you're not able to give somebody the money out of your own pocket. Particularly health issues, if you have someone in your life who's, fighting some sort of battle or struggle with their health, that may be what's in store too, is just hanging out with them. Just being around your energy is going to be very healing. Cups can be very healing, happy, joyful, spiritual energies. And if that's the case, your person may be having breathing issues, something like that. I'm almost getting, not literally, but the idea of drowning, having respiratory issues, needing an inhaler, nebulizers for any of my CF warriors out there. it could be, yeah, something about asthma or even like an oxygen tube. And I'm not predicting this at all by any means, especially with your father. This would have been like a long thing running. But if it's not that, it's in metaphor. Someone feels suffocated. Someone feels like they can't breathe. And again, going out to spend time with the people you love, it's going to ease you into change, forward progression, and some sort of decision that you've been avoiding or just not able to make. That seems like it comes in at the end of February, and it's a decision you can make with ease. You can let your guard down. You're not as defensive as welcoming in this change or telling or guiding someone else on how to change or how to progress forward. It comes very naturally. It comes with ease. And I mean, you got King and Queen here. So again, like a higher vibrational energy. So whoever or whatever this King is in reverse, all the power to change it and get it upright, get it healthy, get it, whatever that means to you, back in balance. All that rests within you to make sure you're going out and enjoying the people around you, as well as having some sort of connection to faith, spirituality, God, whatever you believe in, and especially in Aquarius season, a wider perspective, a broader perspective, not just living every day paycheck to paycheck, again in metaphor. Something about envisioning the future, envisioning things not just here in this moment, a zoom out. There is, and this message has come through a lot for most of the signs, valuing the people in your life and recognizing that time is fleeting and not everybody who's in your life now is meant to be in your life forever. So make sure you're enjoying them and appreciating while they're still around. My words are all mixed up today. I don't know if that's your energy or if it's just me, but interesting. An Aries mother or father may play a very key role in your life, as well as earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That could be siblings, that could be best friends, that could be lovers. Let's look at your challenge or focus. The Tower. Okay. The Tower, the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be the mom. This could be the counterpart to the King of Pentacles. Some of you may be moms, in which case this could be you, Leo, as well. The nurturer, the healer. Yes, someone who has a very like maternal-like energy to tame the chaos that's going down in a family unit, I want to say. Release and relax. That goes with this. It's such a silly message to be like, relax, have fun, go out, grab a drink. People don't like hearing that, but there's actually huge value in letting your hair down. Going out and just doing something that is fun, especially for you, Leo, a fire sign. Like, fire signs are fun people. They're very dynamic. They like to go out and do exciting things. And I'm not saying that's everyone, but generally most of you are going, yes, I do like exciting things. Are you doing that? Is there excitement in your life? Because that, in a way you don't even anticipate, that is going to bring health and healing to both you and whoever is involved in this situation. It's almost like you guys work a job. Some of you may work as like a nurse or a doctor where it's like it's not even like a 9 to 5 if you're a nurse or a doctor, but like your main time is spent putting out fires, which is ironic being a fire sign, constantly trying to save people, constantly trying to get people out of trouble. Particularly friends in your life who are really financially irresponsible. It seems like, Leo, you carry the brunt or the burdens of their poor choices. So make sure you're taking care of your own health and your own body. Meditation, as well as just getting enough sleep, is going to be really important for you. And then the Distant Horizons card is coming up. So this is indicating to me, again, good fortune and good luck it's just up around the bend, like the Creedence Clearwater song. But there is something about it's sort of like the Six of Swords, moving forward with new lessons that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise had you not like nurtured yourself and made sure you were putting yourselves in circumstances and situations and environments around people that was good for your mental health as well as your heart space, your heart chakra. Doing things that fun. I just keep hearing it. It needs to be fun. Let your hair down. Go dancing, and whatever that is to you. Read a book in a corner with your blanket around you. If that's fun, go do that. But there does seem to be something about getting outside the comfort zone, going off into the distance, right? The distant horizons. Travel may actually be quite prominent for you in Aquarius season. Mid to end of February and potentially into Pisces season too with all this water energy coming up. Some of you may be forced to travel in order to aid to or be an aid or a guardian, a helper to an ailing family member, an ill family member. And that may have been a decision that was very difficult for you because it meant you had to find childcare. It meant you had to find coverage at your job, at your place of work, or something about arranging the pieces. It was very difficult, but someone either lent you a sum of money or offered to lend a helping hand that it allowed you to go and do this important thing. And if it's not taking care of a parent, it may just be you being able to go on vacation and get out of something that feels really heavy, and it feels like something you've been dealing with for quite a long time. There you are. Yeah, it may have to do with a parent-child reunion of some kind, or again, this is just your card again, Leo. Joy, happiness, fulfillment, creativity. I heard music. Music might be important to some of you. Some of you had to give up on what you considered your dream career to take care of the family, or your income, your money wouldn't allow you to go and get that extra degree or go take that extra course. I don't know why, but it is sort of like the building blocks, the foundation of knowledge and the seed of what could be a very blossoming career. Some of you just got your foot in the door, you just got started and the tower came crashing down. And so there is sort of this idea of needing to rebuild, but understanding that everything comes around again. There was no final, you missed the boat type energy. A lot of you are feeling that way, and I'm getting a lot of kind of a little bit woe is me, my life is so terrible and I missed out on this and it'll never be the same. And I just got to reality check you, right? I'm reading the cards as they're presenting. That's a false belief, thinking that it's as good as it's ever going to get. It's not. You guys went through some major changes. This can sometimes be the card that's it's a shitstorm. Things got bad real quick, but you're actually well on your way to rebuilding it, to repairing it, to healing something. You may have had a tower moment in a romantic relationship that put you at odds with a King of Pentacles. Again, very strong earth energy, though it doesn't have to be. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn could also have been an Aries. Capricorns especially. If this isn't someone you want to reconcile with, release, finding healthy coping mechanisms to heal your, specifically mental wounds so that you can move on with clarity and it's not constantly a weight that feels like it's dragging you down. It's not that heavy anchor on your ship that wants to sail off to magical skies, right? Yeah, something about freedom, setting yourself free from, a very difficult decision. That's coming up as your challenge or focus. Yeah, so your main advice on dealing with this difficult energy is don't be afraid to make cuts in your life. Don't be afraid to snip things out that no longer serve you, even if that includes people. As long as you're making decisions with logic, with inner truth and clarity. This is a card of Libra, so again, a balanced heart and mind, a balancing of the scales. As long as you're making this decision based on, I almost want to say solid facts. It's almost I heard history repeats itself. So if you're trying to make something work with a person who just can't get their head out of their ass, you would be right in believing that they've shown you your true colors. And maybe you are meant to, instead of waiting for them to change, welcome and change into your own life and have faith that there is something better out there for you. For a lot of you, it does feel like a lead weight around your foot, releasing some sort of person or a job that's just not bringing you joy and happiness. Again, it feels like a shitstorm, or that it's constantly bringing you down emotionally, physically. Again, a job, something about a doctor. I don't know if some of you are doctors or some sort of job where it's when you're there, you have to be all there. It's extremely labor intensive and mentally draining. Either taking a vacation or separating yourself from that if it doesn't feel like it's your path or your trajectory anymore. Again, some of you are rethinking or reassessing what it is you want to do long-term in your career. And ultimately, are you in a career or a position or a job title right now that it's you're ready to pull the death card on it and be I tap out, I'm done, I'm ready for a new cycle? Two great cards, by the way, Scorpio energy as well as Sagittarius and expansion energy. It's Jupiter. That name Jupiter might actually be Significant to one or two of you if your company has like a logo of a planet or literally the name Jupiter. I mean, I don't know if are people naming their kids Jupiter? I don't know. I don't think they are, but maybe you are, whatever. Something about that is important, but most important is the completion and the changing of cycles. You have to be willing to usher it in, but there's part of you, or again, something about the father, potentially. There's part of you or someone around you that is very headstrong and stuck in tradition, doing it the traditional way. But what you're not understanding or they're not understanding is that you're actually making it more difficult for yourself by trying to stick to like a very rigid rule system or a rigid system of beliefs on how you go about making your money, on how you go about raising your children, or however that relates to you. Stepping outside of the box a little bit and doing something, again, I keep getting this, a little bit more fun, a little bit more exciting. That is not going to be the downfall. In fact, when you welcome in this energy of I'm going to spice it up and do something kind of exciting, if I'm going to get some sexual passion back into this kind of drained relationship, that is actually going to add significant progress. It's going to be productive in whatever path you're trying to go down next. And it's going to relieve you of all this mental baggage that you can't quite seem to get away from. As I'm saying, eventually you do. It's like if these thoughts are birds, you're able to like swat them away once and for all so that it's no longer draining. It's no longer a lead weight on your foot in metaphor. You set yourself free and wow, you might meet a soulmate. Particularly a Taurus, and there's so much Taurus energy here. It's for all of you, this doesn't necessarily have to do with cutting someone off, but it's cutting out like the negative patterns that have like seeped into this relationship once and for all, like turning the page over to rewrite the chapter, to start a new chapter. This is all about communication, right? And intellect and knowledge and also writing. Maybe some of you are trying to verbally express something to your person, but they don't like to hear you. Maybe you both are very defensive to having a conversation about like, the really shitty stuff that's gone on or the really heavy stuff. If it's emotionally very heavy, you both are wanting to release or get freedom from all this burden and all this weight. Yeah, something about going and having a day of fun, a day out of the office or a day out of like the, I don't know, operating room or wherever it is you work. Go to a theme park, go to the movies, go surfing. I don't know, whatever it is that you do for fun, there's value in that. And again, potentially someone, it doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but someone in your soul tribe. You had 3 of Cups. Yeah, spending time by water is going to be really important for you. And if you have a Cancer in your life, they may offer you some sort of hope or wisdom, or if you are looking for a new job, set you off down a path that you maybe initially had written off because it went against tradition or it was seen as kind of foolish, or it's almost like, oh, that's just silly. That's just fun. I could never do that. If you have a Cancer or water sign in your life, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, they see value in it because they react from the heart space. So if it feels good to them, they go after it. And for you, it's like the passion has to be there, the drive, the creativity has to be there. But part of me thinks you may be overlooking your own emotions, your own happiness, particularly if you're trying to live up to the standards of a sibling or someone in your family, the father, being worried about the fear you may have, being worried about the judgment you may ensue, I don't know what the term is, if you tell your potentially fire sign father, who sees everything in that direction, this way, that I'm going this way and it's in a completely different way than you had anticipated or thought. Different elementals, right? Fire and earth. Very different, right? I'm sort of getting you're at odds with someone and you approach things, the way you view life, career, money, love. It's very different. And that could potentially be what this tower is. It's going to shake the foundation. Someone you've built something with already. It may shake them at their core for you to come out and actually speak your mind and sort of rebel against them. Rebel against their standard ways of doing things. They're almost like they're preaching of the proper way to do things. But here's what I'm getting from that. You don't need to be overly scared because eventually when they see how happy you are in your element, that you're going off to chase and pursue whatever dream job or relationship that really does contribute positively to your life, When they see that you're no longer stressed and burdened and just not enjoying your life, when they see that you're having fun and they see that smile on your face, it's going to be infectious. Something about your energy, the way you demonstrate what it is that you're doing, it's not so much about telling them, it's about showing them. Don't tell me your plan, show me your progress. That is what's eventually going to win the approval of this person, if that's important to you. And for some of you, it isn't. But for a lot of you, it is. It's like you're kind of doing this like horse and pony show trying to impress this person who, look, they're presenting as like, and this is not you. I just want to be clear. I know you guys are fire, but this Aries and again, a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, you're doing all the work to like impress them. You're like metaphorically like the jester or the joker in the kingdom. And they're just like, next, like, and maybe you're auditioning for things and you keep getting rejected. There's a turning of the table. There's a turning of the tide because you're aligning with like your star player, your star power. Yeah, some of you are going to be launched into, I heard mainstream, but yeah, being put center stage. Something about universe is guiding you, where all this energy and effort that you've been putting in, you're finally going to get a return on that. And that has to do with this King of Pentacles showing up in reverse and then upright. Money gets better. Money gets right if you give it some time. Particularly in Pisces season. And again, something about words of wisdom or words of inspiration from a water sign in your life, specifically a Cancer. And this may also have to do with you just going deep and delving into your spirituality even more. A lot of you could be Cancer, Leo, cuspers. And again, happiness, joy, something that makes your heart sing. Some of you might literally be singers. I did get something about music here earlier. So yeah, if you're worried about what the spectators are going to say, haters going to hate. Ultimately, when they see you vibing high and dancing with joy and freedom, even when they're watching you from afar, from like their emperor's throne, they're going to be giggling because it's infectious. When they see you happy, which at their core, that's what they really want. This could all be about an ex too. They're going to be happy that you're happy in the end of it, at the end of all things. But there's something about waiting and waiting and waiting. You're sinking deeper into this like really nasty headspace, getting really overwhelmed with thoughts. There is a need for you to move forward on something. And I keep getting the initiator of that is going to be water. A water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, hanging out by the water, going to the ocean, investing more time in spirituality, literally going surfing, going on a boat, something about water. And it does have to do with healing out, like cleansing your soul, cleansing your spirit. That actually serves as a catalyst so that you can actually take action in, I do potentially want to say, a new direction. Hanging out in water, by water, with water signs, whatever that means to you, it illuminates you to some sort of idea where you have some sort of epiphany or you see the light, right? And then all of a sudden you're ready to transition, right? After the hangman comes death. Transition into a new cycle. Start writing a new chapter. Some of you may literally be writers. You have Wheel of Fortune twice. Twice. All I can say to you is fears, anxieties, indecision, hanging out in water, by water, with water signs, good luck, action, forward movement. In that order, it's hitting me over the head very clearly. So I'm hoping that resonates with some of my Leos. So let's look into the help available to you. What is really going to help you? Wow, there's that Chariot, there's that Cancer. Forward movement as well as travel. Some of you really just need to take a vacation and get out of like this cluster, you know what, I was going to use the F word. Your head is very cluttered with all this extra ideas or insecurities or fear or just not knowing the answers that lie ahead. Get out of that space. Physically leave your home, your apartment, the four corners of your office or this or that. Getting out and seeing new places. Again, shout out to Cancers specifically in this Leo read. I don't know why that's so important. Maybe that's your mother or your father. It's something about it sets you free. A Cancer or a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces drives your imagination forward because they know what internally is going to make you happy. And so it's not that they're doing anything for you, but they're helping to nudge you in a direction that makes you realize what you're passionate about or what inspires you, or they just help bring the fun back to your life. And with that, suddenly, again, there is like a click. There's an epiphany. Where's my Hanged Man? There's some sort of clarity of thought that just wasn't there before, that all of a sudden you have an idea and you want to move on it. You want to go forward. Fastest moving knight in the deck, right? There is something about winning the approval or seeking approval, needing approval of someone who, I'm going to be honest with you, Leo, they're just not seeing things in the same way you are. These people are faced in opposite directions, different elementals, different ages, different lifestyles, different ways of doing things and seeing things and feeling things. There's one person that you need to lessen the importance you put on their judgment of you, because it's really not serving you. It's keeping you stuck. It's almost like we've pushed pause and nobody's moving. It's almost like a chess game, but you press pause and it's like, well, who goes next? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? There's a standstill, or is it a showdown? I don't know what word I'm circling around here. That is not super helpful to you. Invest in the people who are giving you ideas that are moving you forward, that are cheering you on, that are encouraging you. Because it's very normal to go through moments in life where we are stuck. We are analyzing, or in analysis of what is growing in our life and what isn't. I just keep wanting to say Cancer over and over and over. They are more in tune with spirituality, or if it's not spirituality, it's the fun that you guys have had together, and they want to see you to continue to have fun throughout the years. They want all your dreams and wishes to come true, and so they're helping to align you with your soul path. Again, it's like this light is beaming out from her heart. The heart space is very much cups energy. So if you don't have a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in your life, if I'm losing you on that, take my word or don't. Hang out by water. Something about your connection to water. There's probably some activity you do in water that brings you joy, clarity, peace of mind, relaxing. Go to a sauna, right? I mean, heat, steam, ice, whatever you do, there's value in being around water. I just keep getting brought back to that. So again, you have more cards. This card says journey. You have more cards of travel. Distant horizons. You have multiple knights in this spread too. You have the Knight of Pentacles as well as the Knight of Swords. Slowest and fastest knights, and that's what I mean. When this epiphany comes, you completely course correct. You change sides, or you change positions, or you change your vantage point, your perspective, your way of viewing it, so that you can go from like this stagnant energy of needing someone's approval. Hello, King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And maybe it's your own approval. That's a bit of a reach, but I mean, I do have to acknowledge this is one of your cards, so maybe that makes sense. Maybe someone is seeking your approval, Leo, particularly if you have an earth sign child. So if that's the case, like maybe loosen up on the reins, let them learn their own life lessons, right? Don't be putting them down or shooting down all their ideas. For most of you, that's not the case. So rather than seeking the approval of your King of Wands, again, something about hanging out with someone who's very spiritually in tune, even if it's not a water sign, that sets you off and you're immediately going to chase something. And it's something that you love. That's what I mean. Someone is sending you down a path that is more aligned in love, your wishes, your dreams, your hopes for the future, your wish fulfillment. Whatever it is you're trying to build, it's like you hold the seed in your lap, but you have to get up off the throne to go build it. There's huge potential here, right? Queen of money, queen of careers, queen of family. She's very much like my mother or my wife card. Some of you are looking for new love. And some of you are also single parents. And that, again, is clouding your judgment of thinking, well, I have a kid and that's baggage and dating is so much more difficult. Well, change your point of view. Change your perspective there. Because, yeah, it's something about your thoughts at this time are very potent. Whatever you are manifesting and thinking, universe is going to try its best to deliver that to you. So make sure you are internally very balanced, and when you are manifesting and thinking about long-term, your goals and wishes, make sure it does come from a very pure place that is attached to your heart space. Because if you're presenting as high priestess in this spread, you are the direct communicator with source, with spirit, with God. She's the silent woman, right? There's no communication elsewhere. So it's like those thoughts are directly downloaded from universe to you. So again, don't muddle it. Make sure you have clarity of mind. Because if you don't, that whatever you're trying to manifest or create in your life, it's going to be muddled if you don't know exactly what that is. So again, some of you are like, I know, but I'm so bombarded in my own thoughts. I don't have clarity. I don't know. Take a vacation. hang out by the water, hang out with your water sign friends, or whoever is in your soul tribe, right? It doesn't have to be a water sign, but yeah, someone who emotionally, they help lift you up. They help you with your control issues is coming through here a little bit. Travel is huge for you guys. Getting the excitement back into your life. Look how excited she is. This feels very performance-based, like acting or dancing or singing or, yeah, I don't know, even something like gymnastics, some sort of athletic competition or athletic abilities, or maybe you're doing, what are those called? Oh, Tough Mudders. That's something that's coming through. And again, it's like a release of the body. It's a release of just something that's like getting all that extra energy out, gaining that mental clarity. All right, so this is a long video. Final advice or guidance. Make a wish. I love that. We're not even close to your birthday yet, but I instantly got hit with birthday metaphors, blowing out the candles. Okay, some of you may be hanging out with your friends who, let's see, Pisces. Pisces is a water sign, and they're all about the moon. For those who have a Pisces friend, yeah, maybe you're hanging out at their birthday party. Maybe you're going to celebrate them. And again, something about that social situation. That's what we said with the Three of Cups earlier. Something about being in that social situation brings you some sort of clarity or peace of mind, or just, it swells your heart with joy and emotions. And yet it sets you back on your course as Queen of Wands. I was getting that was you earlier. That's why, even though King of Wands is technically my Leo card, both these are Wand suits, Aries, Leo, Sag, you're presenting as more feminine in this spread. So even my masculine Leos out there watching, you are presenting as Queen of Wands, and that's why I'm getting there's intimidation factor. For potentially another, it could be another Leo in your life or just another fire sign. They're either distracted and not giving you the attention that you need, or you're trying to win their approval, and I'm just getting in the time being, and I'm reading for a month, right? Roughly. You're not going to get it. It's a tapped avenue. It's a waste of your energy seeking this person's approval. There's other things and other people that are far better suited to help you, like, set you free on like your next spiritual path, your next vacation, your next like adventure. That's a good word for it. Your next adventure. A lot of you are changing careers. That's coming through very strong, and you're pursuing something in the creative arts. Singing, dancing, entertainment, yeah, all that good stuff. And look, what once brought you despair, it's being trumped by new cups of joy. A new cup, right? And aces start with us. Something about, I just keep wanting to go back to, where is it? This. Whatever was keeping you up in the middle of the night, that indecision of just not knowing what the future holds, not knowing if it's too late to change jobs, or not knowing if you'll ever find your romantic counterpart. It's something like that. Whatever was keeping you in despair, something sets you free, and all of a sudden your head is back in the game. You're ready to move your chess piece on the board again. Like you're in it, you're focused, and the thing is, you're excited about it. You're having fun. So many cards of joy. This one, Knight of Wands, Sagittarian energy is huge in this spread. So potentially for a romantic partnership, especially a Scorpio-Sag cusper, again, Scorpio being a water sign, you have lots of Jupiter and Sagittarius energy in the spread, and lots of wands too. So there could be a Sagittarius in your life that's going to play a key role. But yeah, going back to remember, this considers me a card of nostalgia. And I said the same thing, I think, to Cancer. Looking back at like a family album or a scrapbook, or going to visit your childhood home or your college best friend, your college roommate, something about reflecting on the years and realizing how the times have passed, how things have changed, how people have changed. You come to some sort of epiphany or recognition that you yourself, Leo, have done a lot of changing. And so it would be appropriate to make sure that your life allows you to develop and grow spiritually, that making sure that like your life is allowing this growth, because it's inevitable. You're not the same person you were 10 years ago. So maybe your idea of what you wanted to do as a career, or who you wanted to build a family with, that may have changed, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it's almost like the discovery of, I'm a whole different person. It's joyful. It's something, I could even see these as like happy tears, especially if you have a conversation with someone, maybe at a birthday party or whatever. It's like years of what has been building up inside of you internally as despair. It comes flooding out, but in a way that is very freeing. Feeling suffocated underwater, like you can't breathe, all of a sudden it's like, look at that. all the air is going into her lungs, right? And it's like she's breathing in love. She's breathing in, and maybe love has something to do with this for you too. Self-love, though, breathing in a new life. Something about starting a new chapter, envisioning just how it's going to look like. This feels like manifestation to me. Mental clarity is like swept away. As long as you remember to have fun and pay attention to what it is that your heart is calling you to do. This is one of my favorite cards. It's a card of Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And such a Cancerian vibe too. Memories, nostalgia, the things that make us happy, parent-child relationships, as well as offering the younger version of yourself the hug that you so badly need, as cheesy as that is, or making some sort of an apology to the younger version of yourself for maybe feeling like you went in a direction that, maybe you learned some very difficult lessons. Maybe it's not where you anticipated ending up, but understanding it's your path, so why not embrace it? Why not love yourself? And then go after the next big thing that you want, right? All right. One more card for Leo. For Leo. What is the final takeaway message here for Leo? Oh, it's this one. It's the last one on the bottom. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. I love that. All right, Leo, that's what I got for you. Please let me know in the comments below what resonates for you. Please do like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.